wanted to take a moment to actually also talk about why I created this program. And there's a much deeper actual reason, and that is actually from personal experience of seeing what it actually really takes in order to apply these teachings of all these great spiritual traditions into an everyday life. And what I have found through my personal experience and seeing, of course, through all the different practitioners I meet along the way, is that it requires 4 elements, and I call them the 4 pillars. And these 4 pillars are practice, continuous learning, community, and remembering. So there's no way around it. In order to really start to see and experience life different, you need to implement a new way of being, a new habit. And that's what practice does. Practice helps us to actually recognize where we're getting stuck in seeing our habitual record patterns, and then actually start to practice a new way of being. That's in essence what a practice is doing. And that is really needed because we need new neural pathways to be able to experience the world in a different way, to be able to see it in a different way, rather than seeing it from our conditioned past experiences, which we're often completely trapped in and we're not even aware of it. And so practice is something that is really needed for the path and for the transformation that we want. The second, though, is continuous learning. Because in these teachings, there's actually levels and layers of uncovering it. And as you go along, you'll start to, sometimes get a bit stuck in certain aspects or get bored because sometimes it feels like not much is happening. And those are the times when actually you just need maybe a slightly different bit of wisdom. And so continuously learning, continuously diving deeper into all these different teachings can actually help you to continue on the journey and not get stuck or not get segued, and actually just to motivate you to be on this path, because it often feels really comfortable to stay where you are. And so the continuous learning, which is why I created a course so that we can go deeper in these teachings and these understandings, is to help you, encourage you on that path to continue forward. The third is actually community. Now, we often can feel like when we're trying to implement a change, like we're the only ones doing this, and it feels really hard because the whole world is against us trying to make this positive change because it keeps, taking us over and, interrupting it. So to actually know that all those different things you're feeling is actually quite normal helps you to actually feel like, oh, you're not doing anything wrong. And so in that, there's a sense of relaxing into the journey because, as you know, it's about the journey and not the destination. And so having a sense of feeling like there's other people with you on the journey really helps in, again, motivation, but also relaxing and actually enjoying the journey. And lastly, remembering. Now, this is one that I think we can all resonate with, because you've all probably had insights, these really moments of transformation where you've understood something and then gone, oh my gosh, yes, this is how I could approach it, or this is how I could live my life, or this is actually what's really going on in this situation. But then it just gets forgotten and we find ourselves in the same situation feeling like we're learning the same lesson. But we're actually not, hopefully, if we are continuing on the journey. We're now just learning a different layer of it. And what we need in that moment is actually to remember our truths. So I often encourage anyone that I meet along this journey to take time when you have insights and you have these big shifts of understanding to actually record them. And the best way I actually find is to video record it, to record like a message to your future self, like on your phone or something, and actually talk about what you're experiencing, what's this shift, what's this understanding. Because then, fast forward, of course, life has so many ups and downs, and you are going to get sidetracked, and things might sweep you out from being on the path for a little while. But when next time maybe you're scrolling your phone, you see that video, and you take a moment to feel and resonate to that insight. And because it's a video, this is why I like video, you can connect to that feeling, that way of being that you had in that video. And that really helps you to go, oh yes, that's right. This is how I can view the situation in a more peaceful and open way. And it's okay that I've forgotten, because of course we all forget. It's very hard to change our habits. That's what's just happening, is our habitual loops have come into play again, which is why practice needs to be happening. And that remembering can reorient you again to your practice, to continue learn, to maybe check in with somebody that is also along the path of your journey. And again, these are the 4 pillars to longevity, to the transformation that we're actually all seeking in our journeys, with wanting to feel more peace and happiness and just harmony with life. This is why I called it Harmony with Life, because at the end we're going to experience lots of different aspects. It's not like we have these teachings and then we don't experience any pain. There will be still painful events, but we don't need to suffer unnecessarily. We can be more in this harmonious relationship when we start to understand the very nature of life. And the duality of both day and night are both always going to be present, but we can change the way we relate to them to be in a more harmonious and a sense of okayness in embracing the fact that there is the night, but that doesn't last, and there will be day. So I hope that brings a little bit more understanding into what also this program is all about. And really the whole program was designed to help bring the lasting transformation, which is why I also wanted to include these lives that you could take part in, even if you've done the program, as a way of coming back, because we need that remembering. And through, of course, the lives, we can go deeper in the teachings, because it will probably bring about other layers. And just like reading a book, again, a year later, you come into a deepening of understanding. It's the same thing with spiritual texts and spiritual teachings. We deepen our level of understanding, and of course deepen our level of really being in a more harmonious way with life and dancing with it, rather than getting completely overwhelmed by it. So I hope you can join me on this journey.